Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. It's new album review day today. We've got a bunch of them for you. Perhaps none better than this stupendous release that is out on Svart Records. Svart, Svart. Home to many kind of cool bands, a lot of eclectic artists on their roster. This is, I think, pretty sure, the second full-length release from this British band. Green Lung Black Harvest. Man, this is good. Holy moly. I've heard of these guys, right? They had an album out in 2019 which drew a little bit of a notice there. There were people starting to talk about them a bit. They're kind of like a doom band, but they're more of a modern sounding doom band. But it wasn't until I don't know, like 2 months ago that Jamie Laszlo was absolutely raving about this album, and then Lewis Nasser was raving about this album. I was like, all right, I got to investigate this because, like I said, heard of them, hadn't actually listened to them, got a copy, and can't stop playing it. Best way to describe Green Lung, and they are, well, let's show off the album first before we just start getting into all the specifics, right? So very kind of creepy occult looking stuff here. That's the band right there, by the way. All right, let's get a clear shot. Here we go. And we got a booklet on the inside. It's got a very kind of like pagan folk horror type of thing if you're into, pagan or folk horror films. That's kind of got the whole CD, all the lettering and the imagery and the photographs. It's kind of all, kind of what it looks like. So here we've got Tom Templar on vocals, Scott Black on guitars, Joseph Gast on bass, backing vocals, and saxophone, Matt Wiseman on drums or percussion, and John Wright on keyboards and organ. Excuse me. Mostly what you hear are organ. You do hear some mellotron, there's some synths here and there, but it's really good, like ominous sounding stuff. So again, to describe these guys, best way that I can describe them, to me, it's like, think of like maybe Burn era Deep Purple. Yeah, maybe you got a little Fireball era, little bits of Mark II and Mark III era Deep Purple. Definitely like Volume 4 Sabbath Bloody Sabbath era Deep Black Sabbath. I was going to say Deep Purple again. Maybe a hint of Blue Oyster Cult, and then certainly like if you like some of the more recent bands like Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, a touch of Ghost, just a touch. That's kind of the sound you get here. Big, lumbering, heavy riffs, but it's not all slow. A lot of these songs are pretty fast-paced. Really good vocals. Just enough keyboards in the background. Like you said, you got some really cool Hammond organ or some mellotron, occasional synths, but it's not overpowering. This is all about the guitars and just absolutely face-melting, rumbling bass and drums. There's a ton of bottom end to this band. This is what you call like groovalicious doom, if there was such a thing. I think I just created that. Because, a lot of doom kind of falls into a certain pattern and tempo. This is kind of like all over the place. You got some faster stuff, some slower stuff, but nothing is like that, slow, dirgy type of thing. But man, the songs are catchy. The vocals are really well done. They fit the music, and there's hooks in here, but it's certainly heavy, and it's psychedelic at times as well, which I kind of dig. So what do we have? We got the Harrowing, which opens things up. That's more of kind of like a little musical interlude before they hit you hard with Old Gods, one of my favorite tracks on the album. Killer riffs. The guitar work is excellent throughout the album. The riffs and the solos, all really good. Leaders of the Blind. Killer song. Great chorus. It's so memorable. The riffs will just absolutely just knock you over the head. Killer. Reaper's Scythe. Another great song. Graveyard Sun. Nice and doomy. Deliciously so. Love it. Black Harvest, the title track. Killer. Upon the Altar. Could be one of my favorite doom tracks of the year. Excellent song. Excellent song. Evil sounding riff. Just real ominous. Excellent. You Bear the Mark. The Mark. of the werewolf, right? I love the song titles. I love the whole. This is just like a horror film fans like wet dream. This whole album. I mean, it's just you could tell these guys are fans of all this kind of stuff. Doomsayer, incredible. Doomsayer, really good. And then Born to a Dying World is the final song. That's probably the slowest and most dirgy Doom track on the whole album, but it's still really kind of creepy and cool. I don't know. This is just really good. And like I said, and one of the things that's great about this, unlike, I'm a fan of Doom metal. I really am. But not all Doom is for everybody. I think this is a Doom album that people who maybe aren't into, like, St. Vitus and Cathedral and all that kind of stuff, they want something that's a little bit more accessible. This is it. This is kind of like Uncle Ass and the Deadbeats. That's not quite that psychedelic and kind of goofy at times. And I love Uncle Acid, but there are times where they take that Beatles thing really far, right? And it's kind of this weird Sabbath meets the Beatles thing that for some people doesn't work because it's kind of weird, right? This is accessible like Uncle Acid sounding because it's there's nothing really harsh about the music, but this is a little more on the Doom side. So Green Lung, Black Harvest, just go get it at all costs. Svart Records, SVART, and they have a Bandcamp page where you can get all sorts of stuff, and you can order this. I think I got this CD on Amazon if I remember correctly, so this is available. So check it out. You won't regret it. Adding this to my best of 2021 list as we speak, which I'm still formulating. I have a feeling it's going to show up pretty high when all is said and done, when you finally see our best of 2021 lists in about a month, so, or whatever, something like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're on YouTube all the damn time. But Pete, how do you rate it? Well, as of right now, this is easily a 4.5 out of 5. Might even be pushing a 5. But again, I haven't had it all that long. I know in the handful of times I listened to it already, I just absolutely love it. It could even be a 5 out of 5. This is that damn good. So check it out if you haven't. Green Lung, Black Harvest. And we'll see you here. More new album reviews coming at you today here on Sea of Tranquility. So thanks for watching. I am Pete Pardo. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.